Hello guys, it's Coach Review here. I'm going to be reviewing Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion is a Rocky Mountain Constructions hybrid coaster which uses the RMC signature I-Box track. Twisted Timbers originally opened as Hurler in 1994 and closed in 2015, but then was turned into Twisted Timbers by RMC. Twisted Timbers opened in 2018 and had a height of 111 feet and a length of 3,361 feet. The Timbers also has 3 inversions, including a barrel down drop. Hopefully you guys liked the video and let's get into it. Twisted Timbers is in the Candy Apple Grove section of the park, and near other rides like Racer 75, Grizzly, and Apple's Apple, the best ride there, totally. Um, of course, they're all in the general area. But anyways, Twisted Timbers has a great layout designed by the legendary coaster designer Alan Schulke. The layout begins with a turn out of the station into a 111-foot tall left hill. You then turn into the barrel down drop, which is a great element, of course. Then you go into a small bunny hill, which gives you some nice ejector airtime, of course, because all these hills give great ejector airtime. But after that, then you fly through a pretty good overbank turn, probably one of the better overbank turns I've actually have experienced, because really overbank turns are normally not very great. This is probably still like one of the worst elements on the ride. It's still a good element for sure. But after that, you go into like a little other smaller bunny hill, but then you go into the signature part of the ride, in my opinion, the triple camelback. All of the camelbacks give you great ejector airtime, and I wouldn't honestly be surprised if they gave more than 10 seconds of airtime, of just straight ejector airtime, and like combine all of them all of them together give more than 10 seconds of good ejector airtime. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But after that, you go into a cutback, which gives you some nice hang time. Then after the cutback, you go into airtime mode that gives you some great ejector airtime into a track double up. The track double up is kind of uncomfortable, but still gives you great ejector airtime. So really, it really doesn't matter that much. But after that, you go into another airtime hill into a outer bank, which gives you good ejector and it has a whippy transition. Then you go into zero G roll, which is pretty whippy and also gives you hang time into 2 turns into the one last airtime hill into the brake run. The best seat, in my opinion, is the front row, because the back row is better in the drop, but everything else is better in the front row. The airtime is 100 times more forceful in the front row, at least for like camelbacks and almost everything. And really, I guess the comeback you don't get as much hang time, but it didn't really matter that much. But after that, let's talk about the theming. The theming's pretty weird. There's like a floating tracker, I don't even know what it is. I think it's meteorite and an old car. I'm pretty sure it's like themed to an old apple orchard with a band that was abandoned, I guess. And then you're adventuring through it, and the station looks like a Apple shipping warehouse or something like that. But overall, the queue line is pretty decent, and there really isn't anything bad except metal detectors, because I hate metal detectors. But I personally wear like zipper pants pants that have zippers that lift their pockets, right? And well, the so practically, I have to go and spend 5 minutes just going and putting my stuff in the locker, and then you have to walk all the way over, and get it again after the ride. And I saw a few of the times the walkers weren't opening for some other people. It didn't actually happen to me, but it happened to some other people. But I would imagine it happened because of the incident in June of 2018 where one was struck by a mobile phone. I would imagine that's when they added them, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think that Alan Schulke and Rocky Mountain Constructions made one of the most fun coasters I have ever experienced with Twisted Timbers. I'm going to be riding Steel Vengeance soon, in around June. So, and also El Toro and all those great coasters, and Sky Rush. So yeah, I'll be getting a ton of coasters in during June. So, yeah. So, and a lot of people say Steel Vengeance, the second half, is very similar to Twisted Timbers, and they look pretty similar. And if it's similar to Twisted Timbers, it's gonna be a great ride. Or the second half will be a great part of the ride. I imagine the first half will be great also because, for Steel Vengeance is considered one of the best roller coasters in the world. But I would for sure recommend riding Twisted Timbers if you're ever in the area, and just overall go to the King's Dominion because, of course, that's I-305 and Dominator, I guess, but Dominator is kind of meh. But anyways, yeah, King's Dominion has a great top 2. I will say that for sure. But hopefully you guys liked the video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace.